Frostbite and hypothermia are two cold-related environmental emergencies that can be very painful and serious. Frostbite is the freezing of body parts that have been exposed to cold temperatures. The severity of a frostbite injury depends on environmental factors like air temperature, wind, and length of exposure. Signs and symptoms of frostbite include lack of feeling in the affected area, swollen or discolored skin that appears waxy or cold to the touch, and in more serious cases, blisters. Also, areas near the frostbitten area can be extremely painful. One of the most important things to remember when caring for frostbite is to handle the area gently. Use skin-to-skin contact to warm the area, but don't rub the skin. If the injury is severe, soak the area in lukewarm water, no more than 105 degrees, until the color returns and the area feels warm. Finally, loosely bandage the area with a dry, sterile dressing. Monitor the person and seek medical attention if appropriate. It is very important that you do not attempt to warm a body part if there is a chance it will refreeze. In a hypothermic condition, the entire body cools because its ability to keep warm is failing. Hypothermia is serious, and it's important to begin providing care as soon as you recognize this type of emergency. Signs and symptoms of hypothermia include shivering, numbness, a glassy stare, or loss of consciousness. You'll learn how to care for a hypothermic condition in this mission.
Okay, in the mission coming up, but again, the symptoms with shivering, numbness, a glassy stare, and even the levels of consciousness. So let's go to the mission. Let me get myself out of there.
Looks like a man's worried about his coworker's state. Use the check, call, care process to respond to this emergency.
Okay, so let's check the scene.
Everything looks okay over here. No apparent hazards.
Let's check over here.
Everything looks okay over here. Good. You've checked the scene, and there don't appear to be any hazards. The scene is safe. While checking, you didn't notice any severe, life-threatening bleeding. Hey, I can call. That way you can help Terry. If you believe a person is suffering from hypothermia, you should always call 911. Yeah, of course. I'll go call right now.
Okay, let's go to Terry now.
Yes, please.
Okay, so we're going to use sample, right? And we're going to interview. Okay, symptoms?
I'm so cold.
Okay, any allergies, the A?
No.
Any medication, the M?
No.
Okay, prior medical conditions?
No.
L will be the last food and drink.
I'm so cold.
And events leading up to.
I was working. The car won't start. I'm cold.
Okay, so we know.
Great. You gathered enough information, and it looks like Terry is suffering from hypothermia. Symptoms of hypothermia include shivering, numbness, a glassy stare, indifference, and loss of responsiveness. In order to care for hypothermia, gently move the person to a warm place. Then, gradually warm the person's body with blankets, warm liquids, and a source of heat if one is available. Also, make sure to cover the head. You should always call 911 if you believe a person is suffering from hypothermia.
Okay, we did. So let's move him inside a vehicle.
Nice job. You moved Terry into the truck.
Okay, so he's in the truck. Let's look. Let's wrap a blanket if we have one.
Good thinking. A Mylar or space blanket would also be helpful, as this would trap in the body heat.
Okay, at the same time, if we have warm liquids.
Nice job. Just make sure the warm liquids don't contain alcohol or caffeine. Alcohol reduces body heat, and caffeine can dehydrate the body.
Let's turn the truck on heat.
That's a smart move. This will help warm Terry.
Okay, so we're going to monitor Terry now until EMS
Nice job.
comes.
Now, continue to monitor Terry until EMS arrive and take over.
Okay, so let's return home and look at heat related.
Exposure to extreme heat or cold can make a person seriously ill. Let's take a look at some heat-related illnesses. There are 3 types of heat-related illnesses, and while all should be treated seriously, some are more dangerous than others. Heat cramps are the least severe of the 3. Heat exhaustion requires immediate attention, and a heat stroke is a life-threatening emergency. Heat cramps are painful muscle spasms. The best treatment for heat cramps is to move the person to a cool place, have him or her slowly rehydrate. A sports drink or other supplemental carbohydrate electrolyte drink is recommended. If not available, give the person coconut water or milk. Water can be used if none of these are available. Help the person lightly stretch the muscle. And remember, don't ever give a person salt tablets, as this can worsen the situation. Signs and symptoms of heat exhaustion include cool, moist, pale, ashen, or flushed skin, headache, nausea, dizziness, weakness, and exhaustion. Heat exhaustion requires immediate care and can usually be reversed if recognized early on. First, move the person out of the heat. Then, loosen or remove as much clothing as possible and apply cool, wet cloths, making sure to re-moisten the cloths periodically. If possible, fan and mist the person with water. As with heat cramps, have the person rehydrate with a sports drink if they are awake and able to safely swallow. The next best choices are coconut water or milk. Water may be offered as an alternative if none of these are available. Call 911 if the person has a change in responsiveness or refuses fluids, or if their condition does not improve. Signs and symptoms of a heat stroke include extremely high body temperature with a change in mental state, such as confusion, vision disturbances, or becoming unresponsive. Their skin may be red or pale and can be either dry or moist. Other signs and symptoms include a rapid, weak pulse, rapid, shallow breathing, vomiting, and seizures. Heat stroke is brought on when heat exhaustion is not properly cared for. You'll learn more about how to treat heat stroke in the mission.
Okay, so we're going to go through the mission, and this will be the last mission you take. That being said, let's go through and start the mission.
Brian, a warehouse employee, does not look so good. He was just brought in from the loading dock. You notice Brian's breathing is shallow, he has red skin, and seems confused.
Okay, we do check call care.
Everything looks okay over here. No hazards on this side of the room. Good. You've checked the scene, and there don't appear to be any hazards. The scene is safe. While checking, you didn't notice any severe, life-threatening bleeding.
Okay, so if you think it's concerned, we're going to go here to 911.
Before you do that, you need to obtain consent.
Okay, so let's go to him. Obtain consent.
What should you say to obtain consent?
Okay, this is something we always check. Okay, who you are, what level of training.
Yeah, sure. Good job. Now you can interview Brian to learn more about his condition.
Okay, again, we go through sample.
I don't, I'm just hot.
Any allergies?
No.
Medication?
No.
Prior medical conditions?
No.
Fast food or drink?
I don't, I'm just hot.
Okay, and what led up?
I don't, I'm just hot.
Okay.
Okay, good job. You called 911 and EMS is on the way. Brian is showing signs and symptoms of heat stroke. He needs to be cooled immediately.
Hey, I'm back. I couldn't find anything to help Brian. Is he all right?
Okay, so we go over here. We went through interview. So we're going to look down, give Brian a sports drink or cool Brian down with cold water. So,
when a person is suffering from heat stroke, the best possible thing you can do is immerse the person neck down in cold water. Since you don't have that option in the warehouse, the next best thing you can do is to continuously spray the man with cold water from the hose. After cooling Brian, monitor him for any changes in responsiveness. Within minutes of cooling Brian, EMS arrived to take over. Good work.
Okay. Let me get back here, see if this makes me big again. There I am. Okay, class, that's it. Again, I'll send you an email with the code that you'll utilize for the course evaluation. Again, please, you have until the 21st. That's when our grades are due. But let's get everything accomplished before that. If you missed a quiz, if you'd like to retake a quiz, or you have any questions, please email me and I can direct and we can make those corrections or follow through with what we need to do. Again, happy holidays, and take care. Hopefully 2021 has a brighter smile. Take care and happy holidays.